Hi everyone, welcome to DeFi session, which we traditionally take on Fridays. And that's why I'm gonna give you another bunch of information, another portion of information that will increase our outlook on DeFi ecosystem and cryptocurrency industry in general. I hope so, at least. Today we will be talking about synthetic active assets and synthetic instruments in cryptocurrency, in DeFi industry in particular. And I assume that we know already what DeFi market is, what DeFi is, what decentralized exchanges are, and what dApps, decentralized applications are, how to operate with them, how to make a simple transactions, simple trading, and I hope you know that. So recently we discussed not only DeFi basics, we discussed as well wallets. We discussed yield farming a week ago, and we are building our general knowledge of the industry, which comprises several areas. And today we're going forward with that. We will learn more about synthetic assets and how to use them, how they work in DeFi area. So, but before that, I would like to start with the news survey, a very brief survey. Let's have a look at the news survey see the most relevant and the most interesting news, as I said. So in my screen, you can see the news from Yahoo Finance that Ether soars to another all-time high, and another peak is reached with Ether as a second cryptocurrency in the market after Bitcoin. So it tells us that the whole industry, because Ethereum infrastructure is not only the coin, but the whole industry of services, developers, protocols, including DeFi protocols that allow us to grow the market. So what is missing is liquidity, and liquidity is growing up and up. And logically, Ether is raising as well. So initially it was Bitcoin, but now Ether is a driver. When it stops, we see logically and historically all the other altcoins, all the other tokens will go up in their value naturally by all the market move. So this is the natural bull run. We know how it happens. If you are in the cryptocurrency market not the first year, you will be able to notice and to make the conclusion how it works. So all the altcoins naturally grow after big cryptocurrencies grow. So that's the general trend. So that's a good news for us. It's a good news for the market, and all the researchers, all the analysts are saying that. Let's move on further. Our news group has dropped me another report from CryptoDeFi, and they are presenting us the whole value locked in DeFi industry. So I would split this list into three parts. The first one are whales, so the big ones, the largest ones. It's remarkable. We know all those companies and protocols, MakerDAO. So the second is remarkable, Bitcoin. So it tells us that lots of liquidity from Bitcoin is flowing to WBTC, RepBTC. To give it a clear hint to you, this is a synthetical process when Bitcoin is flowing by another token, and this is RepBTC. We know RenBTC and other forms of BTC that are presented in Ethereum tokens. So then Uniswap, Aave, Compound, Curve, all that, Synthetics, SushiSwap. So we all know those so to say, whales. The second group is interesting because we have 1inch token, which has grown considerably, and most likely it will become one of the tops, and that will be very interesting. Balancer, Aave, the second protocol. So that's a very interesting group, and the most potential and the most promising group is the third one. So you can make your decisions on who you think the most perspective and the most promising one. So you may make the decision now. So it's interesting survey that allows us to see the whole picture. Another news I want to cover is that traditional market is thriving and is going to move to the crypto market. So another proof of that is given in that news, that mortgages are likely to be available on DeFi platforms. So that sounds incredible, but this is more or less realistic, because we know that mortgage is a type of the loan. So the type of lending procedure. And we know how many lending protocols are, what the leaders are. We discussed that previously when we were talking about decentralized exchanges, MakerDAO, Compound, and we know all those examples. So those are promising protocols, but the type of services from real market are going to be transferred to DeFi market. So the same as mortgage as type of loan. So the main issue with loans on DeFi market, they are that it's always volatile, of course. And you remember when we were talking about yield farming, we spoke and we mentioned, we emphasized the fact that percentages are flexible, so are compound, APY, annual percentage yield. It's a flexible thing, flexible figure. So that's why the biggest problem is the interest rate that is given to the lending protocol. So the key issue is how flexible it is, because it will sound insensible. It will sound not sensible at all to take a mortgage, to take a loan, but to borrow something, but to pay high percentage, which is flexible. So the key offer here, so the way out is to have a fixed percentage for at least 6% for interest rate for 6 months. So this is the way out, how the DeFi mortgage can be applicable to real life, and people can do borrowing and lending on those protocols. Like a typical pool, we need to invest pool money from the pool to the protocol, and then according to the algorithm, unlike centralized institutions, we are able to get the permission for that type of loan, and to have a certain sum for collateral, and be able to provide its liquidity to avoid liquidation. This is working. In fact, it's working like a typical DeFi protocol, but for mortgage purposes. So that's what this news is about. Then the next one, we're coming closer to synthesized approach in finance, and pNetwork launches wrapped EOS on Ethereum. So this is the connection of two DeFi ecosystem between each other. So we know Ethereum ecosystem, and there is also an EOS ecosystem. So this project allows mutual connection on those ecosystems that allows to do mutual operations, not only synthesizing a Bitcoin and a sort of transferring Bitcoin to Ethereum network, but that process will be mutual. So this is uh, an interesting use that shows us that a tokenized version of EOS, so-called pEOS, will appear on Ethereum DeFi blockchain. So, and will be traded one-to-one. Of course, will be connected like stablecoin, and we see the number of partners are quite impressive. So the list is impressive, and it shows us how many that big companies are involved into that project and supporting, Binance, Bitfinex, Curve, and wallets like my Ethereum wallet, Tron wallet, which I showed you, Argent, so and many other services and protocols on DeFi ecosystem. So let's have a look what it gives us in the end. So, but this is a remarkable news I wanted to share with you.